So mapping a selection into a pseudocode, that is going to be your topic. And here comes the situation 1. So situation 1, this is going to describe like this. So I'll draw a small flowchart segment. This is actually a segment, people. Right, so mapping a selection into a pseudocode, the situation 1. This is going to be your flowchart. It's better you draw with me, people. Let me know when you are done. Let me know when you are done, people. Okay, 2 are done. How about others? Okay, can we move forward? So either under the flow chart or at the right side of the flow chart, you can write this sentence, the one that I'm writing over here. The illustrated flowchart segment can be converted into a pseudocode using following structure. So structure is going to be something like this. So here you will write the things or like what to be done when the condition is true. And then you can use and if. Okay. Copy this down, people. I'll explain this to you then after. Let me know when you're done. Okay, one is done. All right, is there anyone who is still writing this? Okay, Ravindu, hurry up. Let me know when you are done, Ravindu. Ravindu, are we done? Okay, so let's move forward. Then you can write the relevant pseudocode for the above segment. So you can say, when we use the above structure to map when we use the above structure to map the flow chart, let's say segment. Now, how it's going to be? Now, you have to take the if keyword, and it is not a must that you need to have it in capital letters, right? So you can use simple letters as well. So you say if x larger than 10, then you have to say then. Okay, hold on a second, people. It goes in a wrong way. Yeah, like this. Yeah. Denuka, for the moment, we have nothing to do if not, because our no path is empty. So we don't need to think about the if not path for this particular segment. We will discuss that as the situation number 2. So copy it down quickly, people. Okay, 2 are done. How about others? Anyone who is still writing? Okay, so moving forward. Yeah, Denuka, we use end if to define what belongs to the if and what does not, because we can have the codes before the if as well as after the if. So if we do not mention where the if is ending, then we can't say where the if condition, or like the part which regarding the condition is being end. This does not mean now this is a segment of a flow chart. Then it's not the entire flow chart. So start and begin will be there at the very top and the very bottom. Is that clear? Okay. So the situation number 2. So in situation 2, I'm drawing this. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ravindu, I will explain it over here as well. Yeah. So you can draw this and you can see there is nothing in the years path. Whatever it is being asked to display, it is in the no path. Let me know when you're done, people. Right. Anyone who is still writing or still drawing rather? Okay, so here we have special thing to realize. Now, this can be done by the previous structure that we have learned, the if structure. But the problem is here we can only find something on the no path of the flowchart. And in the years path, we can't find anything. So if someone is trying to write it like this, if x less than 50, then nothing is written on the if body. Then you take else. Then it says display you are pass. Right. So programmatically, according to the programming languages, what you are doing here is wrong. You can't keep a if blocks true side or the place that you are going to execute things where you are defining the condition. That particular block, like that means right after you write the if condition, the next line must be something belongs to the the true area, or like the place where the condition is true. Right? So එකක් හරි ලියන්න ඕනේ. එකක්වත් දීලා නැති වුණොත් ඒක syntactically වැරදි. Right? So because of that, this portion, this option is not a viable option. Then we do what? You can change the condition's nature into its opposite. Yes, that is right, Dinaka. That is the suggestion. Right? So when we got nothing on the yes path, this is only when we got nothing on the yes path, right? When we got nothing on the yes path, what we are going to do, we are going to convert the condition x larger than or equal 50. Now, always remember, when you are converting, or like when you are generating the opposite of a condition, always learn to take the correct, accurate opposite condition. Now, if you say the opposite of x less than 50 is x larger than 50, in case if someone input 50, he does not have a solution because it is not less than 50 as well as not larger than 50. It is 50. Did you all got the point? When we are converting, or like when we are making the opposite of a condition, it should be the correct opposite things, or like correct opposite condition. So now under the if condition, we can write display your pass, because due to this condition, this no is going to act as an yes. Right? So that means on the yes part of the pseudocode, we have to display you are pass. Then you are going to say display you are pass. Then you can end the if. Okay, so write this down, and under it, I'll write you this important thing. It's better you copy it down. Okay, copy this down as well. Let me know when you are done. Let me know when you are done, people. Okay, two are done. How about others? Denuka, we will be discussing on these situations, Buddha. Hold on. There are four situations for you to, actually the five situations for you to discuss. So you will get the answers for these questions. Okay, so I hope you could understand these situations clearly. So we are moving to the third situation. Here comes the situation 3, and it is the most frequent situation that we do. Situation 3, and this actually these are the I'm sorry for these people, it's touched by me. So these are the most frequent situation, like okay, you may start drawing this, and I will write the pseudocode as well. Yeah, you may finish this off, then I'll explain it to you. Let me know when you are done. Okay, two are done. How about the others? All right, so this is the most obvious situation, people, right? Finding two things on the yes path and the no path. Like there are stuff in the yes path, there are stuff in the no path. It doesn't mean that it should be an output always. Something is on the yes path and something is on the no path. So on those situations, you don't need to bother about the condition and making the opposite of it. You can take the condition as it is. If the condition, then keyword, then you have to write the what to be done when the condition is true. And then you have to use the else part to indicate the no part of the selection. So then you have to say what to be done when the condition is false, because we are coming to the no path when this condition is false. All right. So that is the thing that you have to do. Is that clear, everyone? Why the else part is there? Right, great. Okay. So now why we are having an end if? Because if the if is started, it should be said that it is end, because there can be more instruction before the if condition, as well as there can be more instruction after the condition. So we have to distinguish, or we have to set clearly what belongs with the if, right? That is why end if is there. Okay, situation number 4. Now this is a special situation. We have to do a particular example from this situation as well, right? I'll give you the question. So this is situation 4. You may draw with me. Okay, so draw the lines in a correct manner. It is important. And you may realize there are two conditions, both are selection conditions. And the one condition can be found when the other condition is false, right? Like x larger than 5 is found when x larger than 10 is false, right? So keep that in mind and draw it. Let me know when you are done, people. Okay, one is done. How about others? Okay, anyone who is still writing? Okay, so let's try to write the pseudocode for this, right? So how we are going to write the pseudocode for this? So the first one, like at the very first segment, the start of the segment, we can definitely use a if, right? Because there is a condition and we are talking about selections. So we don't need to bother about whether it is an iteration or not. So these two things are selections. So it is if I can take the same condition x larger than 10. Then what we do? If it is yes, what to be done? Yes, everyone? How it should go? Yeah, yes, Dinarka. So we should display A. So display A should be there. And when the condition is false, we know now we have to take the else part. But on the else part, we can find another condition. So that condition can be written as a new if, else if. There are many ways that else if is going to write. This is one of the ways, and it is the way that your book has followed. So else if, then comes the next condition. X larger than 5, then we do what? Then we have to think what to be done when this condition is true. So that means we have to display B. That's right, Udamya. So display B. And that means this is done as well as this is done. And we can go with this no as well. And that no is going to be written over here as the else of what if? This particular if. Right? Then you are going to say display C. That's right, Desandu. Then now you have to realize we have start two if conditions over here. And because of that, we have to end those two if conditions separately. So you have to have end if over here. That is for this if. And you should have another end if over here. That is regarding this particular if. Yes, is that clear, everyone? Right. And at your topic, situation 4, it's better you say else if. So you will get an idea, okay, this is about else if. Right? Then you can write the pseudocode. Okay, one is done. How about others? All right. Anyone who is still writing? Okay, so we are moving to the very last situation, which is the fifth situation. Oh my God, people, hold on a second. If it ends, people stay here. I'm going to reconnect because my battery is not lasting very long now. So in case if I leave, just stay there. I'll be there, right? Let's hope and pray it's not going to go off. Okay. Right. So the situation number 5. So I'm giving the topic this as the nested if. Nested if. Right. So what do you mean by this nested if? And nested if works like this, people. So in the earlier diagram, you can remember it went on the no path. And in here, it going on the yes path. That means nested if happens when you find a condition on yes path of another condition. Let's say display P. Now, this is different from the earlier situation. Earlier situation, you found the condition on your no path. Now, here you are finding your condition on the yes path. So let's try to match this with the pseudocodes. So first, we start from a if without a problem. And the condition says x larger than 10. And then is there. Then what, people? What are we going to do? On the yes path, we are finding another condition. If we found another condition and if it is a selection, what do we need to do? We need to start another if, right? That's what we did last time. Even last time when we found a new condition, we start with the if, but on that case, it was on the else path, we found the if. So we found else if. Now here, it's not on the else path. Still we are on the if path. That means the yes path. So we can just start another if condition under the first if condition. So I can say if x larger than 20, then. Have you got that, people? Is that okay? Okay. So now that means we check this condition. It is yes. And we check this condition. And now we are on this particular path. What are we going to display? Okay, Denuka. First, we check this condition. That's why if x larger than 10 is there, so we have to come to the yes path of a condition first. So that is why we are considering this path secondly. So on that path, we are finding another condition. That is why we have given the second condition. Is that clear, Danuka?
Yes.
Right. Then we should go to the yes path of the second condition. That means the fourth step over here. Then we should do what? We are having the displaying part, right? Yes, display R should be there. So display R. And now I can come where? To this place. The no of the inner condition. That means over here, else. And we can say display Q. So since we are done with the yes and no of the second condition, we can end that if. This if belongs to what? To this particular one. And still we have to deal with this no path, which we are going to consider last, because inside the first if, we went to another if. So we have to complete that if and comes to the no path later. So here we got the else of the big if. And on the else, what we have to do? We have to display. Daddy, the glue isn't coming. Suzu? The glue isn't coming out. Wait, I'll check on that. Right, so display P can be done. Then I can end the big if, which belongs to this. People, is that clear? Okay, so that is what we call nested if, right? So you can take this down. I will take out these numbers. No, I'll keep the numbers, but if you really want it, then only you write it, right? Figure out නොවන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනම් ලියාගත්තට කමක් නැහැ. එහෙම ඕනේ නැත්නම් just draw the flow chart segment. That's all, right? I'm keeping the numbers to see what happens in an order. So if you really want the numbers, you can write it. But remember, it's not a part of the flow chart. It is just for the explanation. If you really don't want how the things are being changed, so you can go with only the flow chart and then the pseudocode. Let me know when you are done, people. Okay, one is done. How about others? All right. Is there anyone still writing this?
Daddy, can you buy a real mermaid costume?
Okay, Susu.
And a mermaid tail.
Okay, Udamya, you can go on, no problem. All right. Udamya, are we done? Okay. Right. I'll quickly finish the question that I gave to you. Then we can end the session. So it says, write a pseudocode to display the total and average of 3 numbers given by the user. So it's kind of easy. I'll take the start. First, I need to take 3 inputs. So I'm going to say input 3 numbers. as X, Y, and EZ. So those will be my three numbers, the inputs. Then I'm going to take the total. Yeah, I know you are asked to write the pseudocode. I'll do the both. So total equals X plus Y plus Z. Right, then I can calculate the average. Average equals total divide by 3. So then I can say display total and average. And then I can end, right? So flows are going to be like this. And the pseudocode, it's going to be something very similar to this. So it's begin. Just mark it if you've done it correctly, people. So I can take the same thing. Input 3 numbers and I can consider them as X, Y, and Z. So I can take the total and I can take the average and then I can display the average and the total, and finally I can end. And it's better you have some indentation, so that will make your code much clearer. Okay, so this is how your pseudocode should go, and as well as you can see the flow chart as well. Right, so mark it, and by next week we are going to continue the if condition flow charts. We are going to write the pseudocode for the if condition flow charts that we have drawn. Then we can come to the iterations, the whiles. Right? Okay, people. So mark this down and we can end the session for today. So I'm going to meet you next week for the same time. So thank you very much and have a very nice weekend, everyone. Right. Okay, people. Thank you very much. Thank you.